crab cakes and they love their football. That's what Maryland does. And we are at M&T Bank Stadium down near the Inner Harbor of Baltimore. The two teams emerging from their respective tunnels a minute ago to the approval of this Baltimore crowd. They're all set as their Ravens will match up with the Pittsburgh Steelers. A couple of 2-1 teams set to square off, and we're underway here in NFL Week 4. From the 10. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And they got to be pleased with this. He brings it all the way up to the 40-yard line.
Well, that return gives them a golden opportunity to go out in front. How will the defense respond after giving up that type of a return?
A first carry here for Kene Nwangu. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. From the gun, it's Jackson. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6. Jackson. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. On first down, nothing opening up really on the running play. Give him maybe a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Well, this defense for the Ravens, they were very strong last week in that win over Cleveland.
No matter what coverage was called, they were right in the hip pockets of the receivers all game long. Step for step, running their routes with them. Turned out they were right there every time the ball was in the air, and they came away with 5 interceptions in that one.
On 2nd and 9, Haskins. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. Well, you know, this club, there were some reports earlier in the week, and most have heard this by now, is so-called unnamed sources that were saying all is not rosy in that locker room. There's whispers that 1 or 2 guys, CD, have kind of had enough of how things are going and have been going. How would you handle that as a coach?
Well, you and I both know all the coaches that we've dealt with and come in contact with. They'd love to get their hands on those unnamed sources, wouldn't they? But they know that that's not possible. So I think they've got to go in there and make sure that this isn't a distraction. They also know that once the grumbling starts, it becomes a slippery slope, and it's hard to stop the fall. But I think you need to sit some guys down and say, hey, look, we're still hoping to be a playoff team this year. We need you guys to be bought in with what we're doing. Come on, let's get on board.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. There, this punt will go out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25, and it will. Right at the 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. The The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally, because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated, because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Off the play fake. Here's Jackson. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. The 30. 10. 5. And he takes it back to the house. A fumble recovery for a Steelers score. Chris Boswell now for the extra point. And he'll put it through to make it 7-0 Steelers.
Makes the score Steelers 7, Ravens 0.
So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. It's their 3rd drive now, and so far we've seen a punt. In that second drive, CD, they turned the ball over, so not the start that they were envisioning.
Yeah, they've been ineffective so far, but look, they've worked on a game plan all week long. Don't get away from it too soon. Find a way to get some significant gains, loosen up, get going, and then they should be okay the rest of the way.
From the 30 on 2nd down, Jackson toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Jackson now. That's complete. It's Brandon Ayuk. And he will have a Ravens 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. He missed on his first 3 passes, was 0 for 3. Now gets a connection. Maybe that'll get him going.
Yeah, it wasn't a time for panic, but there was some concern because once you start in a certain pattern, you're wondering, can you get out of it? And that flips the other way, too, when you're throwing it really well. In this case, now he's got his first completion. They think he might be off to the races.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Now Jackson. Got a man open. It's Darren Waller. And they're going to have themselves another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 44-yard line.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a 1st down.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Jackson's throw complete here to Waller. And they're going to have themselves another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 27-yard line.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a 1st down.
On 1st down, they'll run with Nwangu. And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
On 2nd and 9, Jackson. Eluding the pressure right. Throw right side going to be caught by Waller. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. From the gun, Jackson. Able to find Waller. That's complete. And in for the Ravens touchdown. Darren Waller, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Ravens are an extra point away from tying the football game. Justin Tucker for the extra point. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Taking it about the 1. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how the defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got to look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. Now Haskins to throw it. That's swung out wide to Harris. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. Here's Haskins. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off near the 34. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. And this, Charles, definitely not what they were wanting to see. Remember, he threw 3 interceptions in the loss last week, and now he gives the ball away again here in the very first quarter.
And you have to think that this was drilled into him all week, too, by his teammates, by his coaching staff. They've told him all week long, we've got to protect the football. They probably crossed that fine line with giving him the right advice and saying it too much. And it turned out that it got into his head a little bit.
I think we can all understand what they're thinking right now. They take over the ball in field goal range after the turnover, so they've got that in their hip pocket. But they've got to go for the end zone and turn this into bigger points. Their thinking is a touchdown is really what they should get from starting here. Getting 3 points at the end of this drive, that would feel disappointing.
And he's brought down after a very nice game.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson, excellent work there to get in on the touchdown run. And the Ravens have taken the lead. He hit him earlier in this first quarter with his arm. Now he does it with his legs.
Right now, he's one of those stat stuffers that you see on the basketball court. You know, the guy with points, rebounds, assists, steals. One with the arm, one with the legs. Let's see if he can continue this pace.
And sending out the reminder that, yeah, look, I'm known for having an arm, but I can do it with the legs on occasion when I need to. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
Throwing now, Haskins on first down. And this one nearly picked off. Well, kind of surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but get away it does, and it's second down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. They hand this off to Harris. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Interior of that line blocked really well on that run, but also the two tight ends, they blocked well too.
Not only have they scouted the line of scrimmage, with their agility, they can get upfield and hit moving targets like linebackers, defensive backs. They do a really good job helping out the running game.
Off the play fake. Here's Haskins. Throw left side complete. That's Nash. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Steelers are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Extra point put through by Boswell. And we are tied here in the 2nd quarter. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match in a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
So the defense blitzed. A nice job picking that up, completing the pass.
And how in sync was the quarterback in his center on that play? They saw the blitz, made the appropriate calls, got the line engaged because now they know there are going to be extra guys coming at the quarterback, so they got their assignments down pat and kept them away from him, and he's able to step up in the pocket and fire one now for a really good strike.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit them over the top, unsuccessfully.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. On the give is Nwangu. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
On 3rd down, Jackson. That ball caught. It's Mark Andrews, the tight end. And boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. Too long for a field goal, too short to punt. That in-between range, and they'll go for it on 4th down. Now it's Jackson. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line.
And they'll use him out of the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
Handoff here to Nwangu. And he's going to get this one down inside the 15. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
3 yards remain for 2nd down. Now Jackson taps this forward jet sweep, and he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. The Ravens on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Here's Jackson. Looking again for Waller, and he's got him again. And the Ravens are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Kene Nwangu, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Ravens have broken the tie. Tucker now to add the point after. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They'll look for a drive to tie this up, down 21-14 as they have it 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Harris. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of 1st downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up the score.
Again, it's Harris on 2nd down. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. That's some good tackling there to keep him short of that yellow line.
Yeah, and defensively, all I'm thinking is that on that play, get me to 3rd down. Get me into a position where I can make one more play and get my defense off the field.
And I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. Looking to throw, Haskins. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he will have a Steelers 1st down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now. We'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Malik Harrison. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Out of the shotgun, Haskins. This is Chase Claypool on the receiving end.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on first down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at third down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
From the gun, Haskins on third down. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
That's an excellent play by the defender. He diagnosed that one, closed quickly, and helped force the incompletion.
The Steelers send out their punter now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it. And they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And with a 7-point lead, they'll likely look to take this to the locker room and not really press the issue. Meanwhile, Jackson's throw there complete to Neml. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And he takes it back to the house. Recovery for a Steelers score. And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So we're at halftime here in the Inner Harbor with the hometown Ravens on top. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. Taking it about the 1. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think...
This is caught at the 20. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Chase Claypool, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Steelers are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Boswell good with the extra point, and that will tie our game here in the third. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Their halftime lead now evaporated. We're back to level following that touchdown a moment ago.
And that shouldn't change the mindset a whole lot from an offensive perspective because they already knew this was going to be a hard-fought game. Now they just need to go out, execute their game plan, and keep moving. I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Throwing now, Jackson on first down. Got a man. It's Darren Waller. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A big connection on that one. 30 yards. From the red zone now, here's Jackson on first down. He's got his man. It's Andrews. A gain of 6 there on first. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
On second down, here's Nwangu. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. And he got half of what he needed there, 2 yards. And it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more. Throwing is Jackson. And that'll be taken in by Andrews for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Andrews, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Ravens have broken the tie. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and they will take a 7-point lead. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And that one bounces out of the back of the end zone, so we'll start the drive at the 25 on the touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time. See if now Harris lost it. It's a fumble, and it's picked up by the Ravens. And shedding the tackle, and now some room. And it's a terrific return here as he's going to have them set up with a 1st and goal right at about the 6-yard line. And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. Following the turnover, it's Haskins. This throw incomplete, nearly picked off. And with his pedigree, he doesn't drop many of those. But 3rd down coming up. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Now Haskins. Throw left side, taken in by Claypool. And he's going to come up a bit short. He needed to get to the 35 for the first, but he only makes it to the 34. The Steelers send out their punter now as he'll come on to kick this one away. And now on 4th and 1, it's a fake. And he will not make it. They stop him short of the 1st down. A little trickeration there, but it doesn't fool this defense. And the Ravens get the football back and in great shape. Handoff right side to Nwangu. Space to run past the 20. And all the way down to the 5. 62 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game. He covered a lot of ground, great blocking, and now they can sniff that end zone.
They certainly can, and because of that run, maybe you come back and fake it to him on this play and throw a little play action. Someone should break wide open.
It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson with now his second touchdown of this third quarter as the Ravens push further out in front. Tucker with the extra point, and the lead now up to 14. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Taking it about the 1. And he's going to be brought down inside the 5 at the 3.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They go play action with Haskins. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Deshaun Elliott. And a terrific return there. They're finally able to corral him down near the 11-yard line. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
And to put it mildly, this is a tough spot defensively. They have to come right back out and defend their red zone. But how about that good first step towards forcing them to settle for at least 3 points? I think they're also thinking bigger right now. Imagine being able to stop.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Cameron Sutton. And the Steelers are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And last time wasn't pretty. 1 play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Boy, the numbers throwing the football just not trending in the right direction. Last week he was under 50%. He's under 50% again here.
And we haven't gotten an announcement, but it appears to me that he might be a little dinged up and is just trying to play through. You know, he's one of those tough guys that wants to answer the bell each and every play for his team. That might be throwing off his accuracy.
And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. It's a Pittsburgh first down, a gain of 13. Boy, an effective play there, getting their wideouts involved in the run game.
And what they're always hoping on that type of a play, that they can get to the end of the line and have a chance to turn it upfield as he did there. That means they controlled the blocking and took care of the defensive end or the outside linebacker to give him that lane.
And I guess I need to clarify, I said getting their wideouts involved in the run game, but of course that was actually a pass as he popped it forward. A big play that time through the air. 31 yards. On 1st and 10, it's Haskins. It's brought in by Harris. They find some open field here. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him.
And that was a beautifully executed screen pass. They let the rushers get upfield and get the escorts in front, meaning the offensive linemen, other blockers out in front. Completed the pass beautifully. So now you've got all that open space with big guys leading the way.
And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. Not much there, only a yard.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Haskins back to the air. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And the Ravens are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at the 20. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Flushed out right. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there.
That's definitely what we call a defense an uh-oh play. And what you mean by that is against Lamar Jackson, when you see him out of the pocket, your first thought is, uh-oh, he's going to try and run it. How do I get to him and get him on the ground? And guess what? That didn't happen, and his receivers took advantage.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The quick feet by Jackson. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30.
First play of the drive, excellent run. Just sets up wash, rinse, repeat. Another first down.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Play action. It's Jackson. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. It's Damon Arnett picking it off. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line. I tell you what, credit is due there on them preventing the touchdown after that interception.
How about him chasing him down and not giving up the pick six? Because what happens a lot of the time is when you see the interception, you just kind of hang your head a little bit and you momentarily pause because you're frustrated. He shook that off and gave great chase and got it done.
Still a great return and very good field position. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Second and 10. Here's Haskins to throw. He gets it complete to Harris. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1. I think you would agree, just a good decision right there. Goes for the safe play, gets some yardage out of it.
And showed some toughness as well. As you noted, he stayed right in there. Saw the rush was coming. Hung in there, took the hit, dumped it out to the outside, and now they pick up some yardage, and you have a back that's grateful to you and will continue to make plays.
And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. There are two words that we hear coaches say all of the time. One starts with a B, one starts with an S. Ball security.
And they preach it. They have it up in meeting rooms, right? You see the signs. They talk about it all the time. But still, when you've got defenders out there who are preaching, hey, we're going to take the ball away from you, no matter what position you play, you've got to take care of the rock.
They go play action with Jackson. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. It's Damon Arnett picking it off. And a terrific return as he brings this one all the way back to the 30. And now with that interception, you feel like we got a ball game again. Remember, a two-score contest and still time left here in the fourth.
And in the old days, not too long gone either. Throwing the ball here would have been an absolute no-no, but the way the game's played now, throwing it makes sense. You just have to be careful when you put it in the air.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
They're down 2 scores, and they need a quick one to try and get back into this one. That was one way to try and get it done. Unsuccessful in the attempt, but they have no choice but to keep trying.
To throw again on second down. Haskins. Open man, that's the tight end Freiermuth. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. And Charles, of interest here, that last throw is going to put him over 20,000 yards passing for his career, and that's not a bad number.
You're exactly right about that, and even though it's nowhere near the top of the leaderboard, because when you think about it, Brady and Breeze, they've done that 4 times over. But when you hit 20,000, let's face it, only a little over 100 guys have ever done that in the NFL. It's worthy of some applause.
On first down, it's Haskins. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Again, it's Haskins. Scans his options and locates Claypool along the sideline.
Good yardage on the completion there, and when they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score, because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
And this time they were ready for him, as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. Now it's Haskins. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. On 3rd down, here's Harris. And he'll take this one down inside the 5 to the 3. It's about a 3-yard pickup there, but more importantly, they're still a few yards away here. It's now 4th down and goal. They'll try and throw forward with Haskins. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And the Ravens come up big down at their own goal line. First play's a run with Nwangu. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. From the gun, it's Jackson. He's going to loft this one deep left sideline. And this is what here? Incomplete, they say. It looked like it was intercepted, but he apparently did not get the 2 feet down in bounds. The Ravens send their punter out now, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. That's taken on the 25.
Oh, we got plenty of fun.
And that'll be a return of 12 following a very nice punt. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. Now Haskins on 1st down. And that is incomplete.
The scoreboard tells a story for him, a little bit bleak, and while it's not quite desperation time yet, it's definitely getting close, but the defense reads the scoreboard as well. They're going to back up and make them really earn it.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Haskins, open man, completes it to Claypool. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Off the play fake. Here's Haskins. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. That's caught inside the 20. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
Whew, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
Throwing again, here's Haskins. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
And now the focus is really clear. They need to get that 1st down and either get out of bounds or maybe use one of those timeouts.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Here's Haskins out of the gun. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a 1st down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And in for the Steelers touchdown. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Steelers have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. They do tack on the extra point as well. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a 1st down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. That is catch number 300 now for his NFL career. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
All right, just go ahead and say it with me. That was a
mistake,
yes,
for sure.
Without a doubt, because at some point, put your foot in the ground, get upfield, and get down protecting the ball. Don't go out of bounds, because when you go out of bounds, you're really just helping the defense.
Yeah, not to be too hyperbolic, but it's like giving the D an extra timeout, isn't it?
It certainly is. Gives them a chance to regroup, and it means you have to snap the ball an additional time, which always means the possibility of a mistake.
Here's Jackson. Looking for Bateman. He's got him complete. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. The Steelers signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Nwangu. Oh, no, he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. But he has been a workhorse. And I believe the referee's been buzzed. Yeah, they want to take another look at this call, and it's certainly a big one here late in a tight game. So the officials and the folks in New York got a second look at this one, and the call is going to be overturned. The Ravens taking a knee with victory seemingly in hand here.
And with that kneel down at the end of the game, partner, they now get to 3-1. This is a good football team we saw in this game.
It is indeed getting to 2 games above 500, and I know early on, while they said they wanted to win every game, they thought they would be solid with a 3-1 start, and here they are.
Yeah, you break your schedule up almost into quarters, every 4 games, and assess 3-1. Any team would take that.
Down to a knee one more time, and that should just about do it.
And with that kneel down at the end of the game, partner, they now get to 3-1. This is a good football team we saw in this game.
It is indeed getting to 2 games above 500, and I know early on, while they said they wanted to win every game, they thought they would be solid with a 3-1 start, and here they are.
Yeah, you break your schedule up almost into quarters, every 4 games, and assess 3-1. Any team would take that.
So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory, and you've got to say, CD, it was the defense who had a big part in the W.
Well, without question, when you force 4 turnovers, you get to enjoy the spoils of victory, don't you? It's rare that you force 4 turnovers and lose a ball game. That's almost unheard of. They carried this one home. You talk about celebrating with each other and being in a position where going forward, all you think about is, let's get 5 next time. They're going to be on the hunt.
So for the Ravens, they're on a nice early roll as they move to 3-1 with a win here. And they'll have another home date next week as the Cincinnati Bengals come to town. Meanwhile, for the Steelers, they'll fall back to 500 at 2-2. And they'll be on the road next week as they get a date with the Seahawks in Seattle.